Okay. My name is Julia Danielle. This is Joshua Achiron on the guitar. And we would like to do a classic tune for you guys. This is called Body and Soul. My heart is sad and lonely, for you I sigh. For you, dear, only. Why haven't you seen it? I'm all for you, body and soul. I spend my days in longing and wondering why it's me that you're wronging. I tell you that I mean it. I'm all for you, body and soul. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive that you'd turn away romance. Are you pretending? It looks like the ending, unless I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You know that I'm yours for just the taking. I would gladly surrender myself to you, body and soul. I can't believe it. It's hard to conceive that you turn away romance. Are you pretending? It looks like the ending, unless I could have one more chance to prove, dear, my life a wreck you're making. You know that I'm yours for just the taking. I would gladly surrender myself to you, body and soul. Myself to you, body and soul. Okay, let's do it. Hello. Well, honestly, it's a pretty recent endeavor for me. Yeah. So I went to New Trier High School. I would say like around my senior year of high school was when I really started to pursue like learning jazz standards and American Songbook. I was very curious about it because I really did like these tunes and singing them, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. Well, yeah, I was always singing like in my life. Like I was always in choir, I was always taking voice lessons, but it wasn't something in like specific, like ever. Like I was doing musical theater and like, trying that whole thing. I just like to sing and like, I didn't have like a single thing. I feel like right there it feels a little better.
Whatever.
Should I introduce?
Yeah, you can do another introduction.
Okay. We're gonna do another classic. This is called My Shining Hour.
You gotta have the teeth, the sip every time. Thank you.
It's a little bit funny.
It's a little funny that way,
This feeling is no okay.
Where
Okay.
This will be my shining hour, calm and happy and bright. In my dreams your face will flower through the darkness of the night. Like the lights of home before me, or an angel watching over me. This will be my shining hour till I'm with you again. This will be my shining hour, calm and happy and bright. In my dreams your face will flower through the darkness of the night. Like the lights of home before me, or an angel watching over me. This will be my shining hour till I'm with you again. This will be my shining hour, calm and happy and bright. In my dreams your face will flower through the darkness of the night. Like the lights of home before me, or an angel watching over me. This will be my shining hour till I'm with you, till I'm with you, till I'm with you, till I'm with you, till I'm with you again, again, again. Cool. But this one teacher, Amy Assinger, she, I still work with her. She's an amazing business owner. She just works so hard and I admire her. But I got to study with her like my whole 4 years in high school. And I think she was the one who started to introduce me to standards and was like, let's learn this song and let's learn this song. And then I was like, oh, wait, I actually really like these. And so I think it was Amy. And then I started to take private lessons with this pianist that my parents knew because, they have lived here for a while and they were a fan of, his name's Tommy Milner, and they love this guy. And so I did a lesson with him and he kind of like taught me like, here's how you sing standards. And I was like, okay, like I actually really like this. So all the schools that I applied to for college was bio. except like a select few that also had a vocal jazz program, which is like a very, very specific, like you don't find that everywhere, right? And I applied, for their jazz voice, whatever, didn't think much of it. And they gave me a great scholarship, and I was like, you know what? Like, I think I'm gonna do this. I ended up doing music in my freshman year of college and like really pursuing it. I just had no idea like what I was doing because I was just learning standards and didn't think much of it, but it's like so much deeper than that. And it means so much more than that. And I'm so glad I went in that direction and met the people that I met. And yeah, I mean, it truly was a great experience. Glad that I got my degree, glad it's over with. But I wasn't only like in choirs and taking like voice lessons, I also play violin. I've been playing violin like my whole life. Yeah. So I've been taking violin lessons since I was in the first grade and just played in like orchestras and like have done pit orchestras and like smaller ensembles, just, stuff like that throughout my schooling experience. And then I really kind of started to slow down in college because I had to really focus on, singing. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge part of me as well. I think at the time I was like, I just listened to like kind of mainstream things. Like I didn't really listen to anything to, like what I listen to now, like anything that's pretty crazy or pretty out. I grew up a lot on like classical music, just because that's what my parents loved. So my babushka actually, she plays piano and has played piano her whole life and like taught and back in Moscow. And my mom actually grew up playing piano because of her. I didn't personally choose to listen to that, like klezmer or like, specific Russian hymns or tunes or whatever. Like, I think I was just so used to hearing it growing up. And I think it definitely did play a big inspiration in like some of the choices I make musically for sure. Like now that I'm actually thinking about it, like I'm like, yeah, I would say yeah, definitely. Starting out back in 2019, so pre-pandemic, I had a very brief interaction with the scene at that time because I was a freshman. Like again, like I'd never really come downtown. Like I was in the suburbs and like, that was kind of it. But like really experiencing like going to jazz clubs, going to jam sessions, like seeing live music and like really amazing players like hold, a standard, and try to carry that onto the younger musicians. Like I do remember that like it was such a beautiful time. And I would go with like my little freshman like group and like we would just go, we were just like the kids, right? 18, whatever.
Are they all musicians too?
Yeah.
Just the pack of
Yeah,
jazz
everyone in
kids.
yeah, yeah.
No, jazz kids.
Yeah, like sax players, bass players, piano players, guitar. Like we would all just like every
Travel in packs.
yeah, I remember on Sundays, Andy's used to have a jam session on Sundays, and so did Norman's, and I think both of them are still going on, but obviously it looks different now post pandemic. Those would be like at like a different time, and I remember we would go to the one at Andy's first, and then we would go to Norman's, and then we would go back to Andy's because they had the pro session. Like, um, God, those were good times. Yeah,
Jazz bar hop.
yeah,
Jazz club hop.
right, exactly. I remember that being a very positive experience. Even though I was newer to it and calling music and tunes that I was newer to. I was still like, excited and nervous, and that was just such a beautiful like time to sprout. And I'm glad that I got to experience it because then everything shut down. And then,
Pre-pandemic, right?
right, yeah. So 2020 hits, my freshman year goes online, and then my whole sophomore year goes online. And so I couldn't really experience performing and because performing is actually built into the degree. I just remember being like on my computer like the whole day, doing classes, doing homework. I didn't know at the time, but that was actually really good for me, I think, in my development because I actually had the time to like practice and like sit down and like not run out the door. Like now, like I don't really have time to practice as much as I would like to because I'm literally out the door all the time. We're gonna do another one, and this is also a classic. This is called Exactly Like You. One, two, 2, 3. I know why I waited, know why I've been blue. I've been praying each night for someone like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two? No one does those love scenes exactly like you. You make me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming and the schemes I'm scheming. I know why my mother, I know why she taught me to be true. She meant me for someone exactly like you. I know why I waited. I know why I've been blue. I've been praying each night for someone exactly like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two? Well, no one does those love scenes exactly like you. You make me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming and the schemes I'm scheming. I know why my mother, she taught me to be so true. She met me for someone exactly like you. Bridge. You make me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little dream I'm dreaming and the schemes I'm scheming. I know why my mother, I know why she taught me to be true. She meant me for someone. She meant me for someone. She meant me for someone exactly like you.
That was good.
Cool. One take wonder?
Sure.
I never realized like I could actually make a living doing this and like be a working musician, like freelancing and like what that actually looked like. I honestly love it. Like I do really love it. Even if it's like background. Like background is a good chance to practice. This city is very very kind to you if you put the time in and you really get to know people and make the connections. And yeah, I mean it really has taken care of me and I'm very very grateful for that. In terms of like the music community, people that are making the music, it has definitely been a bit harder for me personally in terms of like fitting in and feeling like I had a community that like I felt backed me up and like felt that like people were, you know, on my side, wanted to see me succeed. Like that was a very small part of the community. You know, people like kind of all over the world don't really love women. And it just kind of shows like, whatever, like not even just women, like non-binary, anyone that like is not like a white male, like life is gonna be harder for you. It's harder for me to like speak out about these things just because like, you never know, like that could just be the end of my career. And I'm not really like, down to jeopardize that. God, yeah, sorry. It's hard to talk about. I definitely went through some crazy shit my freshman year and um just experiences with older men and like what that has been like. Honestly, I kind of just wish I had like a bigger sister on the scene. I do have like a close group of friends here that are women and that are in the music scene and like non-binary and queer and like all know what I am talking about when I talk about these things. And they're always here to like hear me out. I wanted to fit in and feel like I was one of the boys. I only play with people that I feel comfortable with and that I know respect me. And they're generally like, they're married and have kids. And like, they're the most respectful people I know. You know what I mean? Like, super chill, like amazing musicians, and like I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm grateful that they even give me the time of day to like play with me because like they really truly are so incredible. And like I put my energy into that because I know that they care about me as a younger individual who really cares about this music and they want to support that and they see that. And so there are some really amazing people on this scene. And I'm really lucky to have those people around in my life. Never recorded an album before, like everything was like very new to me. Some of them are arrangements that we wrote together, Josh and I, and then some were like arrangements that I brought in, and then the band kind of was like, what if we did it like this? And like, what if we did it like this? And like it was kind of like arranged on the spot as well. Yeah, I was able to raise money and pay for the project in full, and I didn't realize like how many things went into recording an album these days. And like you kind of, I guess, well, I just kind of learned as I went, and now I know I probably won't do it again for like a while, given that I know how much money goes into it, how much time, how much effort, how much planning. Like luckily I'm very type A, so I was like as prepared as I possibly could be. But sometimes you can't prepare for things like I signed with Shifting Paradigm, and I was like, oh my god, like I want it to be out in April, and they were like, ooh, we need time. And I had no idea that like you need to build up for that, you need to promote it. There's a lot that goes into the post-production that I was like had no clue about. Luckily, they're such a wonderful label. When I first started performing, I would put all my energy into like writing a new set for like different performances. So I kind of built a book of arrangements like through doing that, like unknowingly. The options are honestly endless. Like if I'm going to perform something, I kind of want like the changes, the harmony to be as complementary to the melody as possible. So I try to take a recording that I really like and like just transcribe it by ear. So I use MuseScore. I just kind of write my own, like I'll write the melody and then use the harmony. The harmony can kind of, depending on the song, can kind of like write itself. Like it can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. That's a huge thing that I want to do more of, especially like bigger ensemble arrangements like strings and voices. On the album, I featured some string arrangements that I wrote and a vocal arrangement I wrote. And those took me so long to write. Like, I kid you not, it took maybe like a year. I'll be going to Juilliard for my master's, and I'm just honestly like really excited to go back to school. Like, I already have a good amount of friends there. A lot of them are women, also jazz singers, instrumentalists, you name it. Like there's just more. It's exactly what I'm looking for. And to like delve deeper into like the history and tradition and like address all these things that I have questions about in the music and really specific, just really specific things. So I think my time here is up. I think at least for now. I'd love to come back here. I really do consider Chicago home.
My name's Julia Danielle. Is that what you go by, right?
Yeah.
And this is Shared Space.
Okay. My name is Julia Danielle. I'm a vocalist in Chicago and New York, and this is Shared Space, episode 4.
Beautiful.
Lady.